Hello and welcome to what is the third edition of my round 4 review. So I'm quite annoyed filming this for the third time because previous two times there was a problem with the audio. So yeah, I just looked like an idiot talking about a Supercoach team when no one could hear me. So yeah, that was quite frustrating. But anyways, this week we scored 2,240 points. So yeah, moved up the rankings 1.2 thousand spots. So yeah, decent start to the year, 3.7k. I think it's our best start in a few years. So yeah, I like how the team is at this point in time. Slightly below average scores across the board, I think, compared to the first three rounds. We had some pretty big scores through the first 3 weeks, and yeah, this week sort of took a step back. So yeah, we'll start off with the back line. Jayden Short, 111. Yep, super consistent at this point. We'll have this role all year. Not much to say. If he's not in your team, get him in ASAP. George Hewitt hasn't dropped below the ton, this bloke. Another score of 120. We had concerns whether he would keep up his scoring with that whole Blues midfield in the team, all fit. And yeah, his role is still there. He's still an on-baller, regardless of Walsh or Cripps or the other blokes. And yeah, seems to be the best value pick of the year. Cripps also out this week, so yeah, wouldn't expect anything less from Hewitt again. Sicily, 113. Really happy with how this pick's panning out for us. 113, I think that's his top score for the year. And yeah, that 101 average, if he can sort of boost that up to 105, pushing 110, then yeah, really happy with that pick. Bowie, 47. That's an absolute shocker. Considering the 2 big weeks he had previous to that. So yeah, look, that's almost trade worthy. I watched the D's game. Anytime Bowie got near the footy, he just coughed it up. So yeah, I'm tempted to trade Bowie. Break even of 83. Not sure whether he gets that or not, but looked really poor on Thursday. Was it Thursday or Friday? Anyways, looked really poor last week. McCartan, 55. That's pretty good considering he missed about a quarter of footy. I think he copped a head knock, so he would have done a concussion test, and yeah, was luckily all cleared. We all know his injury history, so look, from considering how much footy he missed in the last, quarter of the game, 55, you'll take that. Cox was our loophole. Mitch Hinge, 37, injured his hip. Very frustrating. So that's, look, we had him on as our emergency, so obviously we had his score. So yeah, if we had to cut him, that would have been a lot better. But what can you do about Hinge? Did his hip. Not confirmed whether he misses this week or plays. There's a chance, but I'm going to say he doesn't. And yeah, not sure whether we hold or trade Hinge. De Koning, 62. I think that's his best game of the year. So yeah, really pleasing signs there. Onto the midfield, McRae, 158. Yeah, I expected this to come against the Tigers midfield. They leak points left, right and centre. So, yep, I think a lot of people saw that big score coming from McRae. Steele, 125. That's why you never trade your premium midfielders after round 1. A lot of people did, and now they're paying the price. Steele's just about back to his, or maybe not back to his best, but definitely in top 8 midfielder form. So, yeah, happy with the Steele pick. Just took his time to get into it, I guess. Lachie Neale, 128. Yep, not much really needs to be said. That's almost an average game from Neale, I'd say. So, yeah, Touk Miller, 105. 2 below average games in a row for Touk. Got tagged the week before and this week. Didn't watch too much of the Gold Coast game, so couldn't really tell you what happened there, but still cracked the ton against a strong Blues midfield. Like I said, I didn't watch the game, but maybe he copped a bit of defensive work from George Hewitt. But yeah, we'll see. I'd expect him to bounce back big this week, so no concerns with Touk. Cripper, 38, in about 1/4 of footy before he did a minor hamstring injury. So yeah, look, he hasn't been ruled out just yet, but it's unlikely he plays this week, and looking more than likely that he does miss just the 1 week. Real, 65. Yeah, not looking like a top mid at this point. Obviously has that monster ceiling, but consistency could be a big issue with Rao. Yeah, definitely not worried about trading him. He's still going to make money, and he still has that big ceiling. So yeah, I'd hold. Yeah, Dacos 125, massive score. Everyone's got him. Dill Stevens drops. He was our loophole this week. So yeah, we had Berry on the bench with the E. So he copped his 96, which was brilliant. Kangas played before the Lions, and Horn was on 90 at 3/4 time, and I was spewing. I was kicking myself for not putting the E on Horn instead of Berry, and then yeah, Berry ended up outscoring Horn. So in the end, it worked out well, and yeah, Horn still scored a 90 on the bench. So yeah, awesome game from him. Connor McDonald 23. Didn't watch the Hawks game, but that's pretty gross. Not gonna lie. Yeah, if he gets dropped, he gets dropped, but it is what it is. Maxi Gorn 160 and the Vice. Yeah, I didn't even see this one coming. I just didn't really have a. I had to loop someone in the Thursday game because Mitch Cox is my loophole. So yeah, ended up vicing Maxi Gorn, and yeah, that could not have worked out any better. Top scored all of Supercoach for this week. So yeah, spot on with that Vice pick, and somehow got his break even. So for those who thought, oh, I'll get him at 550k, no, you won't, because it does not look like he's dropping there anytime soon with the way he played on Thursday. Hayes loophole should be back in this week. Paddy Ryder copped 2 weeks for his hit on Will Day, so yeah, Hayes should come straight back in. Dixon 96, yeah, massive game from Dixon. Took contested marks, looked really solid. Nick Nat also to miss quite a lot of footy, so not sure whether they bring in a ruckman or if they go Hugh Dixon R1. I'd expect them to bring in one of their other rucks, Williams, Jamieson, but yeah, Dixon should get quite a lot of cash flow going now and seems to have good job security. Onto the forwards, Dunkley. His ball use has been really bad the last few weeks and is still cracking the ton every week. So, yes, definitely F1 for the year, must have. Timmy English, I think he's gone, an 89 and then a 96. So, 2 below average games and he's still around that 90 mark. So, yeah, he's been a really successful pick for us. And, yeah, just glad I started him because he seems to be a top 6 forward. Zach Butters, 57. That's 2 back-to-back stinkers in a row for Butters. Not too concerned about trading him. I've picked him with hopes he'll be a top 6 forward. Everyone's got him. So, yeah, I'd back him in to bounce back. Cogs, 64. Not much to talk about there. Just, that's what he's going to do. He's going to throw in a 60 or a 70 here and there. Brody, 135. This bloke was very good on the weekend. Had 35 touches. The value that we picked up Brody for at the start of the year, I think it was 220k. This pick could not have gone much better, averaging a ton. So, early days, but if he keeps up this form, could be knocking on the door of top 6 forwards. But yeah, they do have a lot of midfielders to come back, so I might be getting my hopes up. Cherry 46. Yeah, pretty shocking game, to be honest. I didn't watch the North game. Not many people do. That was a bit harsh, but yeah. 81 average, should make quite a bit more money, we'd hope. Got Tim English this week, so not the greatest of ruckman English, so fingers crossed Cherry can, bounce back with at least a 90. On the bench, had Rochelle. That hurt, 106, just doing me no good, but yeah, a lot of people traded him out, surprisingly, and then he kicks a bag and goes big. So, yeah, really happy with the Rochelle pick. I think he's a little too up and down to just straight up field, but if you do have that luxury of a forward loophole, I would definitely chuck the A on him. And then Nick Martin, 84. So, yeah, he's at 102k. He's doing all we can ask for. Hasn't dropped below 80. Oh no, he did drop a 70. But yeah, he seems to be super consistent. Great role for the Bombers. And yeah. Now, these trades aren't confirmed. I'm not even sure if I want to trade this week. It all depends on Mitch Hinge and the extent of that injury. So if Hinge misses, I will likely trade him out and bring in, when it loads, that'd be nice, last week to get this bloke, and that's O'Driscoll. And the other trade I'm thinking of is Bowie after that shocking game. And bringing in the bloke who I think is severely underpriced for his form, Jack Sinclair. Has a great role for the Saints, taking almost every kick in, running off halfback, even getting some CBAs. So yeah, he's just about doing everything for the Saints, and 116 average at 526k. You know, if he keeps this up, he could definitely be a top 6 defender this year. So look, risky potentially, but I think 5 rounds in, you know, this is where we sort of see teams sort of space out in terms of ranking, and I think having a pod like Sinclair could really push us up quickly, given the form he's in. So I think those are the 2 trades I want to do this week. And yeah, we'll talk about vice captain and captain now. Oh, the bloody site's reloading. Bear with us. Okay. So, vice captain. I think I'm going to vice Lachie Neale this week against the Pies. Should go big at the Gabba against a relatively young midfield. And then captain, it's between Macrae, Jack Steele, and Touk Miller. I think average of 131, coming off a monster score, our captain is going to be Jack Macrae. So, yeah, this week, you know, no Cripps. I doubt Stevens will be back. We'll field both Berry and Horn. We'll probably swing English back up into the rucks and field one of Rochelle and Nick Martin. So yeah, thanks for tuning in if you did watch, and I'll see you next week.